Hey there, welcome back. This is Ayurveda, the Science of Life 101. We are in session 3, the doshas, your operating system. Up to this point, we've explored the 5 elements: space, air, fire, water, and earth. Now we begin to understand how those elements organize themselves in you. Because while everything is made of the same elements, you're not a random mix. There is a pattern, and that pattern is what Ayurveda calls the doshas. This is where things start to feel personal. So, what are the doshas? Doshas are combinations of elements that create patterns of function in your body and your mind. They are not things you have, rather, they are forces constantly moving, constantly responding. And if you look at this image, you can feel that fire, water, earth, all blending, all interacting. That's you, a completely dynamic system, and definitely not a fixed reality. So here's how those combinations break down. Vata is space and air, movement. Pitta is fire and water, transformation. Kapha is earth and water, structure. Now we move from 5 elements to 3 organizing principles here: movement, transformation, and stability. Every process in your body fits into one of these particular organizing principles. But I want to explain something that's very important here. Prakriti, which is your original blueprint, the way your system was designed, is one side. Vikriti is your current state, what's happening for you right now. Most people are living in Vikriti, so much so that they don't even know what their natural state feels like anymore. It's often referred to as your current state of imbalance. So our work in Ayurveda is not to become something new, but to return to what was already there, our already state of balance. So let's go through these one more time. This is Vata. Vata is movement. It's considered the master dosha. You can feel it when you look at this image. The swirl, the motion, the constant shifting. Vata is subtle, light, quick. It governs everything that moves: your breath, your thoughts, your nervous system. Without Vata, nothing happens. Because it's so mobile, it's very easy to disturb. So, Vata in the body, it looks like this dancer: light, agile, flexible, lifted, almost airborne. When Vata is balanced, the body feels free. Movement is fluid, energy is light. But when Vata is excessive, the body loses stability. It becomes irregular. Dryness, tension, disrupted rhythms, they begin to show up. In the mind, Vata feels like this: open, expansive, creative, but also a bit exposed, like standing at the edge of something vast with the wind moving through you. Balanced, Vata is imaginative and inspired, but too much, out of balance, and the mind starts moving faster than your system can ground. That's anxiety and overthinking. So Ayurveda teaches us to work with this movement, not against us. We would never try to stop Vata, that movement, the master dosha. We support it. We ground it. Because movement without direction can become chaos. But movement with stability, well, that becomes creativity. So now that we know a little bit about Vata, let's look at what can happen when it's imbalanced. We can see the signs easily, and I'm going to invite you to stop here and maybe take a picture of this slide. There's a lot of information here. So imbalanced Vata is dryness, coldness, excess movement. I want you to look at these patterns: dry skin, constipation, anxiety, insomnia. They all share something in common: too much movement, too little grounding. And once you see that pattern, you realize it really isn't random anymore. So once again, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and take a picture of this slide, because it'll be helpful for you later on in your studies of Ayurveda. I'll pause. Let's move on to Pitta. Now, Pitta, it is fire contained by water. Transformation. Look at this image. The fire grounded near water. That's the very definition of Pitta. Focused, intense, purposeful. It literally transforms everything it touches. And in the body, Pitta is strength, power, precision, performance. Just like the athlete in this image. A balanced Pitta gives you energy, drive, strong digestion. But too much Pitta, well, that can create heat, inflammation, irritation, burnout. Literally, your system, your body system, can become too intense. Pitta in the mind is sharp, focused, decisive, just like the businesswoman here. Clear, direct, purposeful. Balanced Pitta leads, but excessive Pitta judges. It criticizes and it pushes too hard. It wants control. And when that control is disrupted, well, it reacts with heat. So Pitta is represented by the god Agni, and he is the fire god. Agni is sacred in the Vedic tradition because fire transforms, but it must be respected, not repressed, but not overfed. It must be balanced, because fire, when steady, will create life. When uncontrolled, though, it will consume. So we're going to move on to the next slide, which will show you a good bit of information on Pitta imbalance. I invite you once again, you may take a picture of this. Excess heat, intense mind, digestive imbalance, acid reflux, irritability, inflammation. This is all fire out of balance. Too much intensity without enough cooling. So once again, good information on this slide. Go ahead and take a picture of it so that you can refer back to it later. I'll pause here for a moment. Now we've got Kapha, earth and water, structure. I want you to look at this image. It is solid, grounded, and steady. Kapha is what holds everything together. Without it, nothing really has form. Kapha in the body is nourishment, strength, stability. very much like the woman here. Rooted, fully supported, large eyes, lush hair. A balanced kapha feels steady, but excessive kapha can feel heavy, slow, congested, maybe even a little stuck. In the mind, kapha is very calm. It is loving and loyal and grounded. But excessive kapha in the mind can be gripping, holding on too hard to people, to patterns, to emotion. It can be possessive, even when that possessiveness no longer serves. So Kapha is traditionally known as Prithvi, earth, steady, supportive, and enduring. Look at this image. There is a quiet strength here. It's not forceful, but it is most definitely unwavering. But when earth becomes too dense, nothing moves. So the work for Kapha to keep it balanced is to bring movement and lightness. When Kapha is imbalanced, well, we'll see the signs. Once again, good information on these slides. I will pause for you to take a picture. Heaviness, congestion, emotional holding, fatigue, attachment, stagnation. This is structure without movement. And once you see it, you can then begin to shift it. So I'll pause here for you to take a picture of this slide. The reality is that doshas interact. There is not one dosha interacting, it's all of them interacting. Movement, transformation, structure, it's all happening at the same time. This is why life can feel complex. It's because it's dynamic. Take a look at the image and you will see all elements in that image alone. And it's a simple picture of a woman approaching a fire beside a lake in the mountains with the wind in her hair. So now I want you to turn inward and I want you to think about your own pattern, your own dosha. Where do you see yourself? In the area of movement, maybe. In heat. In heaviness. This really is not about being right. It's about noticing where you are. Because the truth is, once you see where you are, something happens. It's a beautiful thing. You begin to understand yourself. And that awareness, it's incredibly freeing. Once you know yourself, you can come to know others far, far better and have a deeper understanding of where they are. So take a moment here and close your eyes. Take a long, slow breath and ask, what do you feel right now? Do you feel movement? Do you feel heat in your body? Do you feel weightiness? Maybe a little tension? Just take a moment and notice. The truth is, whatever you feel, just let it be. There is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing that needs to be fixed. This is about understanding that you are not now, nor never were broken. Once you're aware of that, you can begin to balance, not through force, but through understanding your own nature. Truly, I can tell you, this is where change begins. This is where big steps forward in change in your life begins. I have to thank you for being here and listening to me, and I will see you in our next session, where we'll go deeper into your unique blueprint and begin refining what is truly yours. Once again, thank you.